Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library, the whole new middle grade book spotlight. So this week we are continuing our alphabet series. We are on part 3. We're taking a look at books with titles that start M through R. So we have some amazing books I cannot wait to share with you. We have some of my favorites. Okay, we're going to start with one of my favorites. We have some nonfiction, we have some graphic novels, we have some new books. Yeah, it is amazing when you look at just the titles to give us some inspirations. Okay, so we are going to get started with the letter M. Promise you, one of my all-time favorites. First off, love this series, and I feel like, everyone kind of has their own Narnia book they love. For me, I actually kind of like The Magician's Nephew the best. Okay, it is the first one in the series. Diggory and Polly are next door neighbors in London, and they soon find themselves being friends during the summer. Finding a secret into Diggory's uncle's study one afternoon, they find some yellow rings. And when Polly touches one, she vanishes. Completely freaked out, Diggory finds his uncle and explains what has happened and learns that the rings allow people to travel between worlds. And soon Diggory finds himself tricked into touching one, and he is somewhere else. He finds Polly, and soon they find themselves on an adventure they never thought possible, jumping between numerous worlds and finding people and creatures that will change everything. The first in the Narnia series, this book is the basis for everything that happens after, okay? It will leave you, and if you've read some of the others, watched the movies, haven't read this one before, when you do read this one, it will give you some light bulb moments when everything comes together. Love it. The Magician's Nephew. Night sky. Okay, so if you love anything having to do with outer space, the night sky, constellations, or anything and everything else you can possibly imagine about astronomy, this is the book for you. Now, some of the things I love about this one. First off, they go through 41 different constellations that we can see in the sky. But what I love about that, they just don't give you the constellation. They give you the whole folklore, mythology story that goes along with it. How it ended up in our night sky for us to be able to see it. There's also some activities you can do at home, sighting charts so you can discover what's in the sky in whatever season. Filled with science, there's history, there's hands-on fun. You will become an expert about the night sky when you are done with this one. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Like here's a whole thing about just the Milky Way right here. Like we got stuff about the zodiac. Then we go right into look, they even point out here's what that constellation looks like for Leo the Lion, and here's the story about it. Amazing. Now this is part of the Nat Geo Kids Ultimate Explorer Field Guides. I will tell you, if you're not maybe into the night sky, we do have some others. We have an epic one about reptiles and amphibians. There's one about weather. There's rocks and minerals. There's tons of other ones. So check out this one, or we can help you find another one. But they are incredibly epic. Night sky. The Orphan Band of Springdale. So it's 1941. The world is at war in Europe, but so far in the United States, they have been able to stay out of the conflict. But everyone does know that is not going to last. Gusta's living with her parents in New York City, but her parents, who are German immigrants, they are poor, they are facing their own difficulties. Her father is thought to be a German spy, and the federal government is searching for him. Okay. So before she knows it, Gusta's placed on a bus, and she is sent to Springdale, Maine, far away from New York City, to go live with her grandmother at her orphanage. And everything there is new and different. Gusta just wants to be quiet, and she doesn't want to draw attention, especially as the town is not only weary of new people, but especially those of German descent, because they just automatically assume you're against the United States. But that is just not going to be possible for Gusta. Before she knows it, she is in the center of everything. This was a look at how it was like growing up with the upcoming World War looming. Okay, this is pre-Pearl Harbor. Again, everyone knows something's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So everyone is on edge. They're anticipating. And they're just, while all that's going on, we meet Gusta, and she's just trying to figure out who it is and and what she wants from life. This is an incredibly eye-opening read. I loved this one, The Orphan Band of Springdale. One of our newer titles, this is Pilar Ramirez and the Escape from Zappa. Now, this is the first in a duology. 12-year-old Pilar is living in Chicago with her family, and she has dreams of becoming a filmmaker. When her older sister makes her aware of her aunt who went missing, her Aunt Natasha, went missing years ago while living in the Dominican Republic during the reign of dictator Trujillo, Pilar decides she wants to make a documentary to help bring her family some closure. Plus, maybe to try to figure out what actually did happen to her aunt. When she gets to interview her sister's sociology professor, though, who is also researching this topic, things don't go quite according to plan. Because when Pilar shows up to his office for this interview, she walks in, but he is nowhere to be found. And on his desk, there is a file for her sister, has her name, or her aunt, has her name on it. And then all of a sudden, Pilar touches it, and then she finds herself in the blink of an eye, gone. She's not in the office anymore. She has no idea where she ends up, and she finds out that she's on this island that goes by the name of Zappa, and things that she has only heard about in stories told to her by her abuela are now come to life, complete with the boogeyman. Okay, now Pilar is going to have to fight if she is going to survive to figure out some way to get off this island, but as she starts to explore this island and she starts to realize what is all going on here, she realizes that some of the secrets she's been searching for, like the answers, might be on this island as well. Now, this is filled with mystery. There's adventure. There's action. There's mythology in it. It's nonstop page turning. You will love this amazing journey. You will want book 2 to be out because you want to know what happens to Pilar. Like, yeah. But unfortunately, only book 1 right now. This is Pilar Ramirez and the Escape from Zappa. Queen of the Sea. This historical mystery fantasy graphic novel will keep you guessing. Now, Margaret, who was orphaned when she was young, she lives on a small island and is taken care of by a small group of nuns. Every 6 months, a ship comes with supplies. One time, though, it not only comes with supplies, but it comes with 2 new people who have been exiled to live on the island. They are Queen Eleanor of Albion and her young son, and they were sent there because they opposed the king. Now, when one of Eleanor's former subjects comes to the island with news, everything Margaret has known or has thought she has known up until this point is now questioned as she learns the true reason for this island and the nuns that she lives with, as well as her own family history. Loosely inspired on true events. Yes, this is kind of based on a true story. When you read it, you'll be like, what? This actually kind of really did happen? It did. This award-winning graphic novel is pretty much amazing and will leave you a little shocked. I will tell you that. You'll be like me, doing some research after to figure out what exactly went on. This is Queen of the Sea. And our last one is Ravenfall. So Anna is the youngest person in her psychically gifted family. They all have a special ability, like some have empathy, some are able to move things, some are able to see into the future, some are able to mind read. But Anna does not really like hers because what she can do is she can touch someone and foresee their death. And she doesn't really think that is very useful. And she doesn't really understand what she's supposed to do with this. She helps our family run their inn named Ravenfall. And as it gets closer to their annual celebration of Samhain, which is around Halloween time, as it starts to grow closer, things start to get a little bit different than normal, because as it's getting closer to Samhain this time, the barrier between them versus evil magic is starting to thin, which means there's some stuff happening that normally doesn't or shouldn't be happening. Along with all of this stuff that's going on to make things even a little more strange, there's this kid that shows up. His name is Colin. He's coming from Montana. He's having quite the time. He's navigating his own grief with the disappearance of his older brother, and also the murder of his parents, and he has come to Ravenfall for help because he thinks them with their magical psychic abilities can help him out with this. As Colin starts to discover secrets about his own family and the role that they played in the magical realm, which he had no clue about, both he and Anna realize that they might need one another. Okay, they both have something that the other one can use, and when they're together, it works. They both realize that the reason why they might need to be together is that they are going to have to put their abilities combined if they are going to avoid the destruction of the world as it gets closer to Samhain. If you enjoy a fast-paced fantasy with a magic story, magic twist to it, this is the title for you. This is the first in a series, Ravenfall. So these are M through R of our titles for in our alphabet. So come on out, check out one of these, or we can help you find whatever book you're looking for, because maybe you're doing your own alphabet challenge, or you have something else that you're trying to find something specific for. We are here to help you out. Tune back next week. We will be finishing the rest of the alphabet, and we have some bonus for you because we got some letters we got to fill in, okay? So make sure you tune back next time, finish the alphabet. Hope you have an amazing week, and then come back for a whole new middle grade book spotlight.